I think it's almost 8 o'clock. I'll let this play through one more time. All right. Let's stop that from playing. Boom. What's up?
Hi.
Why'd you tap me?
Because I just realized I was on your Facebook and not my Facebook.
Doesn't matter. You just need to get to the page.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you want help?
Or
you could log out and go in yours. Oh, you were laughing about Peter.
Yeah.
Rabbi Peter messaged us.
But I was like, I don't remember this conversation.
No, I've been having it with him. Yeah.
And I realized it was you.
Yes, it was.
Okay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Hero Shack Chronicles. The date is what? 7/6/20.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be posting a StreamYard link shortly, but we want to share some news with you guys. Let me pull up a screen here. I'm going to share this screen. Because I am so very pleased.
Me too.
Welcome to all you guys watching after the stream. I got a reminder from StreamYard. I'm supposed to remind people or remember to thank them for watching after the stream.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Angela. So this is our Kickstarter. Let me see if I can make that a little bigger for the focuses at home.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's a little bigger. As you can see, tonight we are at $548 of a $503 goal.
You said 548.
What did I say?
You said 500.
458. Yeah, I'm getting a little dyslexic here.
Yeah, you're getting excited. So
yes.
So imagine that we are almost at our goal.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
And we're still 6 days short.
Mm-hmm.
So there's still time if you want to get on.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just so elated and happy and humbled and just touched.
Me too.
I really am.
Me too.
When we started this, it was really a blind goal. We didn't know what we were doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I really need, hi, Kelly. And I really need to thank Preston Poulter and Zombacron, John Knowles, and all you guys who have backed us. And even if you haven't backed us, just the sharing and liking has helped us get to our very first crowdfunder. Honey, there's a mute button. Oh, you got it. Great. Just, yep. Oh, there you go.
Okay, I'm done.
Welcome back.
I'm on my channel.
There are people in there too.
I know. I want to say hi.
So yeah, the comic book is, we anticipate full funding. Now, this is the funny thing. I thought I was going to have to spend some money to get this thing published. In other words, if we didn't make our goal, I was going to have to catch it up. But with 6 days left and at least one person I know who's still, who hasn't backed, but I think is going to.
Yep.
We're going to be way over the top, and that's going to be beautiful.
That's awesome.
We're already talking about what to put in these packages that we're sending out.
Besides the merchandise
yes.
that you've purchased, we're trying to come up with a fun surprise.
Well, I'm coming up with several, but because you got to understand, we have a lot of inventory from last year's convention.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of stuff that I can do to just to make you guys happy. I am just so ecstatic. I've been carrying around the big, thick omnibus all day long and showing people. And really, it's kind of like a political campaign. You know, you start reaching out and saying, hey, I just want to show you what I got. And I would love it if you'd vote for me, but if you don't, that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it's new to me because, as Diana will tell you, I'm the world's worst businessman.
Yes, he is.
Yes, I don't do well with business.
Right.
It's simply not in my heart to be a capitalist, even though I am a capitalist.
Well, you just want to give everything away, which, you know, I don't have a problem with, except on the back end, I'm taking all of the earnings that we have from our jobs and reinvesting it into Hero Shack, which is okay to a point.
Well, now understand, we know we're still small time. We're only at 19 backers, and we may not get anywhere near 25 this Kickstarter. But I know this. I know that the more we do it, the bigger the fan base grows, the wider the reach grows.
Yeah.
And this is the starting point. This is the big thing. Next month, we may also try to do a crowdfunder on Indiegogo and see how we do there. But I have to tell you, I'm really happy with Kickstarter. What are you looking at me like that for?
I did not know about that.
No, well, it's just something that I've been kicking around. I haven't talked with you yet.
I know. He loves to do this in our live show. He just loves to drop these little tidbits. Oh, by the way, we may do that. I'm like, oh, okay.
But Indiegogo is another viable fundraising spot. In fact, Ethan Van Sciver has made a couple of million on Indiegogo, so there's no knocking it. I mean, it's definitely a decent system. So I guess the next thing I'll do is I'm going to open up the StreamYard, so I'll share a link if anybody wants to join us.
Oh yeah, that way they can talk live.
Yes, I just wanted to get that news out without getting sidetracked, because to me, that's the biggest news of the week so far. For us personally, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of news stories in this world, but
I mean, this is Hero Shack Chronicles, and we are chronicling Hero Shack and the happenings of Hero Shack.
Yes, and when the show started, we did not have the ability to bring people on, so it used to be just us. Telling everybody what was going on.
So it's kind of nice that, you know, for those of you that want to be adventurous and want to be on camera, or you don't have to be on camera, you can actually put a, what do you call it? Like a block? What do you do?
Okay. So let me show you.
Turn your video off and on.
You can do this little number here. See how ugly I am? Or you can go like that. Yeah. I'm not that ugly. I just like making fun of myself.
I don't think you are ugly at all.
So did that share with the group?
It looks like it did.
No, it didn't come up in your chat.
It came in my post though.
Copy that link and then paste it into here.
Copy this link here?
Yep.
Okay.
So what we're doing now is we're going to put the link in Facebook in the chat. For whatever reason, StreamYard does a horrible job of sending my messages to Facebook. It'll send them to YouTube straight from StreamYard, but it screws up when it goes to Facebook. Oh, she's deleting.
Where it said
there we go.
Or hide this. Okay, there we go. It's there now.
Is that the right link though?
I don't know.
Let me paste it again and make sure it's all there.
I think it's the right link. It's the link that you sent me.
Let's see. Yep, it's the right link.
Okay. So the link up, you Facebook people, if you want to pop into StreamYard and you can actually talk.
Yes,
if you don't want to be on video,
Diana.
That's fine. You don't have to be on video. Good evening, Gary Henderson.
Gary, brother, I love what you're doing.
Angela, I am so busy with school and working 40 hours a week and helping Hero Shack. I have not picked up my Switch in probably 2 weeks now. I've been very, very lax on that.
We're going to have to make a habit to go back in a little bit, but
I have to get through.
We've been very distracted.
I'm in a really tough course right now, and it takes literally every little
bit of your brain,
of my brain power. And then Chris takes the rest.
And we've had an exciting weekend. We almost adopted a new puppy.
Well, yeah.
That was a year old and about, I don't know, 2.5 feet tall. Like off the ground.
When
it didn't work out because our dogs really didn't care for them.
Yeah.
They're old biddies, and they were like, no way.
She was a beautiful pup.
Mm-hmm.
But she was a husky retriever mix, so they called her a Siberian retriever.
Yep.
Labrador retriever, actually. And she was going to be huge. And our poor little girls, Chloe and Tiny, it just was not going to happen.
No, they were not happy.
It's crazy. So we tried.
Look, we have a play button in the middle.
That's so funny.
That's because I screwed up and picked the wrong thing.
Oh.
I was switching the background.
I see that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I am very excited. I can't thank you guys enough. And I can't wait to fulfill these orders.
Yes, that is going to be super. I have to start working on the Cyclopean doll. I think we have one person that bought the big package. The doll is going to be much larger than that. I am in the process of doing that now. So that's kind of exciting. And
I'm being goofy.
I know.
And I'm in a good mood. Well, this is Cyclopean, if you don't know. And if you do know, there's going to be some of these even bigger going out.
Angela, I promise you, as soon as I get some time, because I'm reading her comment.
Absolutely.
I promise you, I will get in touch with you, and we'll set up a date so that I can tour your island and we can video chat. I'm not ignoring you. I'm just that busy.
Yeah.
So I feel bad because I'm like, I'm really.
It's been all comics in college, and my crazy butt driving her crazy. When we went to the 4th was pretty good.
We had some family people come over, some family members.
Basically, we had
family people.
We had all the kids but the oldest one.
Yep, my older son went to a friend,
right?
And then we had my sister and her husband come, and it was so much fun.
It was actually really, really exciting because we talked politics and didn't kill each other.
Yeah, that was interesting.
And I enjoyed that. No, the children and I. And usually we get into scuffles, not physical, but we argue about different views. And the only time I really upset anybody was when I talked about American Indians. Otherwise, it was pretty nice, even though we had differing opinions, and I appreciated that too. God has been really blessing us over the last lifetime or so.
He does, and it doesn't always look like. People go, "Oh, you've been blessed by God," and it's not.
Well, let me tell you something. 2 weeks ago, I was beside myself, going, "Oh my gosh, what did we get into?" Remember? I was like, "Yeah." In fact, I actually posted
Debbie Downer over here.
Well, just I would have been one of those lovely disciples in the boat, going, "Wake up! There's a storm, Jesus. What do we do?" Unfortunately, I didn't have that faith, and sometimes I still lack it. But that's part of being human.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it really is. But I have to tell you, I can't believe it, and yet I know it's true. It's one of those deals.
Well, stepping out and doing this Kickstarter, we both were we had a lot of reservations. Do we have an audience for this? Do we have enough people that, like Hero Shack, that can appreciate what he's doing? All those questions. And I think that for anybody who has ever done a Kickstarter before, I think those are just
common things. Gary's been there before too. I know he knows the feeling. No, we went for $503.
That would be Chris, not me.
Next time around, we're going to up that. What I'll do is I'll see what the final take is at the end of the 7 days here, or the 6 days, and then we'll try to match that next time.
Right.
I'm pretty sure that we will have at least one more decent surge, which will not only get us over the top, but probably get us a little more. Right. So maybe the next one will be $521. Maybe it'll be $600.
I can't even think past.
No, but you know what I mean? I'm going to keep working on it in that level.
And I think too, once people get the product, I think that they will be very impressed.
I hope so. And if not,
it'll be timely.
If not, we'll get feedback and we'll know, and we'll work on changing that.
We have until the end of August to ship everything out?
That would be technically, now if we were doing this the old fashioned way, the the wrong way, we could wait and ship for a year, but we're not going to. We're going to have this out before the end of August and sooner if we can get. So the real slowdown may be getting the metal cards.
Oh, right.
So other than that, we should have no problem in fulfilling before the middle of August.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't want to predict that. Like technically we could have had this done before the end of July. And
Right.
if packages are done by then, they will be.
Right. And then the exciting part for me now is like, it's all coming together. Like I know we have, just a little bit more to get to, which I believe without a doubt, we're going to get to.
Well, even if nobody does it, if nobody else backs us at this point, I can look at her and say, let's buy our own package. We'll get, all of it, but 7% back from Kickstarter, but we won't have to. And I know this because there are great comic fans out there who support indies, and we're experiencing that right now.
Yep. But I'm excited. I was getting ready to say, because I'm really excited about putting the packages together. Like that's my thing.
Yeah.
And my thing is that,
we have some creative twists, like, okay, just between us and Diana, we are going to have a special Ziploc bag feature. For those in the know, you know exactly why. For those who don't know, just enjoy it because
I don't know. He knows.
Yes, we're going to have a very special Ziploc bag feature, and the backers will. Most of them will understand it. I'll probably put a note in there for someone who doesn't. If the audience doesn't know. But that's one of the things we're going to be doing. We're going to make that a feature. And I have all sorts of bling things that I want to just drop in there. I have a very big surprise that I think is going to work out. And that's going to be for anybody who purchased a book. I'm going to find a way to take care of all of you with something that you're not expecting. Yes.
Angela asked, where are we getting the metal cards made? I can't remember the company.
Okay.
I can look it up.
She can look it up. It's a company recommended by Jay Lipson. He is a fantastic artist out of New York with Marvel experience. And when we were at the convention last year in New Jersey, he had a whole array of these metal printed cards. Now, when I say a metal card, you have to imagine it has like a foil quality to it, but it's thick, it's safe, it's strong, and it's cool. It really looks cool. So we have some stuff planned with that. You guys already know about the Cyclopean one. That one's going to be awesome. We have the Cyclopean dolls for those backers, and then I have some bling from last year that I plan on sprinkling through. That's all I really want to say, because I want to tell you all, but I want it to be a surprise as well.
Yeah. Let's make it a surprise. So let's move on. Okay, so Kickstarter is doing kicking great.
Yes. Now, we may have lost, I don't know, like I think we may have lost Mighty Geek because he hasn't joined. And that's okay. Nobody has to join. But I get mine created by Vistaprint. And if you mention me, oh, yeah. No, this isn't going to be Vistaprint, unfortunately. This was a independent company out of New Jersey, I believe. The only reason we're going through there specifically is because of Jay's recommendation and because of the quality we saw in his cards. But we didn't even get a chance to look at Vistaprint. Now, I don't know what Vistaprint charges. I know this place is about $1 a card.
I have it on my computer downstairs.
Right. And it's about $1 a card because the quality is that good. It's a metal card. It's not like cardboard or anything like that. Although we've done stuff like that before too. We did the character cards, remember?
Yes. Here we go. It's called Ready Comics.
Ready Comics, yes.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if Gary's still here, but keep your eyes open. He's working on the new Pyramid Knights. Yes, and he has a crew working on the Pyramid Knight. Oh, what is it? The War. It's, oh, darn it. I really should take notes. The War. It's about the post-war happenings in his universe on that planet. Boy, I'm lousy at promoting, aren't I? Well, not lousy at it, but could do a little better. I'm going to start sharing a few screens here, like this one here. Let me just pop this up. Share screen. Chrome tab. That's what I'm reading. And I want this one. So I'm going to get Robotoad Wrecked Manlet anytime now. This is a comic by John Della Rose.
Mm-hmm.
It's a satire of sorts, and it's going to be pretty cool. I
Yeah,
should be
I
getting
think
that
so.
any day. I was hoping it was going to be here today,
Yep.
so we could talk about it on the show. But this is technically the first Comicsgate TM book to be released.
Yeah.
Guinevere is coming out. White Lily 5 should be on its way soon. And totally, Comicsgate TM is really starting to take off.
Yeah.
If you look at the shared universe, I'll go over there right now just to give it a little bit of exposure.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, the wiki has 202 pages. That's grown tremendously.
Yeah.
The characters, as you can see, are listed here, such as Arctic Blast. Or hey, how about a little bit of Cyclopean? Where is he? Right there. And of course, we added Violet Vamp, who should be, I haven't put her in the directory, but she is in there. I'll take care of that tonight. As well as, this is a little, it's just a character page. Somebody may be working on this. I'll have to look at it a little later. But we also have, where is it? What's in the shared universe? We also have our tip to shared concept, settings. We have added Earth.
Oh, you did?
ERTH. And this is the Earth that appeared in Sandbox and is appearing in Search of Heroes.
Yeah.
And to know more about why it's spelled ERTH and what that means, you'll have to either read the wiki or come over and get a book. Because I don't want to reveal too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was really excited about this. I can actually, I don't know, most of you probably have already seen everything that we have to show because, we're friends. But I put out this little promotion today, and it was really interesting because our, what do you want to call it, honey? Our sales.
Yes.
The percentage jumped up.
Just jumped.
Almost like 39%.
It was really exciting.
Yes.
It was really exciting to see that. We get emails on, every day we get an update on our Kickstarter, and it's kind of cool. And he came home from work today, like, have you looked at Kickstarter? And I hadn't. It's really exciting.
So this is the ad I ran today. Of course, tomorrow it's going to say only 5 days because I didn't realize that I was a day behind. But there's only 5 days left to save the Earth. Yeah. And that's not a typo. The character you're looking at in the cover there is Shadow of the Dragon or Shadow Dragon, depending on whether or not a person's being lazy about talking about her. Her real name is Mary Jane. She's named after my mother. And the little dragon icon, which you can't really make out on the left side of her cheek, has a lot to do with that kind of... with that mystique.
Right.
And we'll be revealing that more with issue 3, but issue 2 will definitely start her story.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for you guys to see it. I've done a really good job of hiding most of this stuff online. You guys know I like to leak, and I've only done leaks of artwork. I'm very
proud of him.
Yes. Well, actually, you haven't even seen the script for 3 yet because I haven't. I keep redrawing certain things because it has to get better. And if I see something that I'm not satisfied with, I have to redo it.
And I love the fact that you're taking your time now. You're at that point where you've kind of like put so much out there. It's like, whoa, I just need to step back and make this.
Well, I'm starting to realize if I slow the brakes a little bit, I can output much better work.
Oh, absolutely.
And the thing about going fast was wonderful. It got me into beating down the deadlines and learning how to just crunch.
Yeah.
But now it's more about I'm going up against the big boys now. Yeah. There are comic book artists right now out there that make my art. Well, it challenges me. I won't say it makes me look bad because I don't think it does. I think it's subjective.
But I think it does challenge you. Yes. And you love a challenge.
I kind of do.
You always.
I love a good challenge.
The challenge. Yep. So that's kind of cool.
And I'm trying to focus more and more on being nicer, kinder, and lovinger. More loving. Yes.
A new word, loving.
And I want to spread that onto Facebook and Twitter. I'll talk truth, but I also want to be encouraging. So there are some people that I have had some criticism of that I'm trying to back down on because you know what? It's a tough job.
Right.
Making comics is a tough way to go. You're putting yourself out there, as my friend Opine says. opiner. You're putting yourself out there for criticism and for
Right.
ridicule.
You're setting yourself up. You're
No matter
opening
how
yourself
good
up.
it is.
Exactly. There's always going to be somebody that's going to say something negative, no matter how good who you are. I mean, that's just a given.
It's an unfortunate given, but
And you have to just
I'm well
kind of
equipped
go
for
with
that.
that.
Yeah,
you know,
well,
you gotta be.
Usually, I'm well equipped for that.
He's
No, I am. If you watch my discussions with people online, when they criticize me, I'm doing better and better about it.
okay.
The place that crushes me is when I lose faith in myself, which happens every once in a while.
Okay.
You know, and that's natural. I am biased, but I think so too. LOL.
Oh yeah, great stuff he said. So.
Yes, I didn't know what that was.
Yeah,
when you see me lean forward like this, it's because I can't read the type.
That's
so
because his eyeglasses are missing in action.
They are
again.
not missing in action.
No, they're on the other side of the computer where every eyeglass should be.
Yeah, well, you know, it was good. Yeah.
So, Hero Shack 3.
Yes.
Do you have an idea of when that will be completed?
My hope is
sometimes you put yourself into.
So already I am at page 16 for 3.
Okay.
The first 2 pages are colored.
I have not seen the storyline.
No, she hasn't seen it all, but I can tell you a little bit about it. Issue 3 is going to feature our heroes, Violet Vamp, Cyclopean, and Arctic Blast, getting pushed out of the New York main team. They are going to be forced onto the road with a character named Plug. Now, if you remember last year's Sandbox, Plug is making his return. Do you want to grab the second issue there by chance?
Sure
did you?
can.
Plug is making his return. He's a little modified. There is a great secret about Plug that I'll share with you guys only. In issue 1 of this first series, we had a character named Michigan Man, and he was basically armored individual sponsored by Michigan Motors. That was the idea. I've modified the concept of him to fit Plug a little better. Now, Plug started off as this kind of.
He's look at the greens going through.
He's kind of like the Thing, but he wasn't made of rock. He was made out of basically extension cord material,
right?
Which is why he's orange. But Plug is going to join the mobile team, which Vamp and Cyclopean and Arctic Blast are on.
Right.
And his unique power of using his finger to plug into a wall also has higher benefits. For example, the transport that they're going to be riding around in, which he calls the Hero Shack, on wheels, of course, will also transform into a robot, which he controls through his fingertips plugging into the vehicle. It's a neat little twist because, like Hero Shack is my playground, and I've always wanted to draw Voltron or the Transformers and characters like that. So this is my opportunity to bring a transforming robot into our universe.
I'm really excited about that concept when you were telling me about it. I haven't really seen any of the drawings.
No, you haven't seen any of it. I've literally kept this hidden from her.
And the problem is because I'm so busy because I'm back at school that any free time is devoted there. And it's usually a message. I'll get a message, hey, read the script, but you haven't done that.
No.
And I know you're working. I see you. You're always working.
Well, what I want to do is get it done and send it to her so it's a complete thing.
I'd love that. That's just Angela. She said you guys have similar glasses. Yeah.
Except do yours do the magic split apart? See that?
Jace Samuelevich.
Jace, my son.
Was this an oops, or did you actually pop in?
Is he on Facebook or YouTube?
I don't know.
Yeah, he's on Facebook.
He's on Facebook.
Hello, son. Welcome to the celebration. Even though no one is required to do this, I'll share the link again to StreamYard, which allows anybody to come on video or audio and join us on the show. You all are all welcome. I can't share it into... Oh, darn it. Yeah, the Facebook thing is really getting to be a pain, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Because the Facebook thing doesn't work as well. But we were just talking, Jace, about the success of the Kickstarter and how things are changing and getting better and how we're 91%. Okay, hang on. There we go. I can paste it here. We're at 91% now, funding. And please post. Boom. There we go. So that's also for you Facebook people.
Okay, so you did it.
Yeah, I had to go into Facebook on the side. That's why you heard my audio in the background.
Yeah, I'm like all of a sudden, like, I don't know, I didn't do anything. It just started.
I just can't wait. This is going to be cool.
So yeah, so back to Hero Shack 3.
Yes.
You are waiting to finish the entire script
before you get
before I get it.
I'm doing the whole thing before you get it.
I like that. I like that.
Mostly because think of it like a baked potato. You don't pull it out too soon or it's going to have chunks. I normally send her the stuff with chunks. This time around, she'll just have to fix my typos and any wording that she doesn't like, which there's always a section or two that she goes.
There's always a section that we have like, so
yeah.
what if you wrote it like this? Nope, it's got to stay. Chris,
yeah.
Hear me out. Like we go back and forth, and sometimes he will win, sometimes I will win. Oftentimes we come together and we read.
Well, I usually will compromise
because I'm reading it as a reader. Like
right.
I'm reading it like I don't know anything about the story, so
yep.
I'm reading it like, oh, I have to read that 3 times. What are you trying to say here? So when I get to places like that, I highlight it, I make note of it, and then we have a discussion.
And sometimes it's just funny stuff, you know, like sometimes she won't know something about the story and I'll say something and she'll be like, I don't get this. And I'll go, well, look at the last issue. See this here? Oh, yes.
I know.
Okay, yeah.
I'm terrible when it comes to that.
But we're getting stronger, we're getting faster, we're getting better.
Yes.
We are the world's first bionic married couple. No, we're not. I just wanted to say that.
I'm not bionic. There's nothing.
You should be
about
bionic, baby.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You are bionic to me.
I'm bionic. No, I am the chief of your heart.
Yes. Oh, she's talking about, so on Kickstarter, you can designate admins. And I have a designation for my Kickstarter coach, Preston Poulter, and I have a designation for her. And Preston is my proven friend, and she is the, what was it again?
Chief of my heart.
Chief of my heart.
I'm the chief of his heart,
That's
which
right.
I love that. I thought that was so funny. I'm like, oh.
Well, she didn't realize they'd put these little titles on
I'm
both
like,
of them.
Oh, that's so cute. Anyway, we digress.
So while we're on the subject of Preston again, since people are coming in and out and watching the views, I can't say enough about how much help he's been.
Yeah,
and if
he's
you're,
been really, really good.
Right. If you're a creator out there and you want to get involved in the Comicsgate trademark thing, it's just a union to get promotion and set some standards.
There are no dues in the union.
Yeah, no dues. But I can tell you, I'll pour help into anything you do as far as advice and stuff. And I know the members of Comicsgate will too. Comicsgate TM. Make sure you remember that TM. Because there is a huge difference. There's a couple of Comicsgates out there. Holly, which one? Holly Seto. Holy smoke. Hi, girl. Hi, girl. Hello, ma'am. I am very excited tonight. I hope that you
Hey, girl.
I hope you understand. Our comic book is at 91% funded.
Yes, so we're very excited.
I'm a bit giddy.
He is a bit giddy. He came in shaking. He's like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, what? He's like, we're 91%. And I'm like, that's
I'm having an anxiety attack because it's good.
He's having an anxiety attack because we're doing so well. I said, oh my goodness.
Well, and I always believed that it would come through somehow.
Yeah.
But I have had moments of, just not knowing and not knowing when you do it this way, it's very hard to understand where you're going to take it.
I know. And, but it's our very first one. And I'm excited because it's coming to an end. One of the reasons. And I think we're going to be successful. I know we're going to be successful.
Well, now I am thinking about doing something crazier.
Don't.
No, it's crazy, but I'm thinking about it.
Okay.
So we have about 600 kids in our school.
Uh-huh.
I want to do a Kickstarter to get every one of those kids a comic.
Okay, we could probably do that.
That's expensive. You're talking like $10, $15 a book.
Why don't we like think
build
about
up to it
and build up to it?
Or maybe I was also thinking we could put a reward package there. The coloring book is next. We got to do another one because I'm not satisfied with the quality, but there will be another coloring book coming.
Well, the coloring book was supposed to go this year at the Comic-Cons. It was going to be something that parents could buy for their kids. We were going to have coloring pencils and crayons and I was going to put a whole thing together.
Right.
But obviously COVID sort of.
And don't be surprised if we sprinkle your package with a coloring book because we still have something like 20 of them, right?
Yeah, we still have a bunch of them. So.
I'm not entirely satisfied with all the way the artwork worked out in that because I used a lot of colors in the first issue of In Search of, and colors don't translate into line art. So in the coming months here.
Mhm.
Maybe even for the omnibus, I might put the coloring book together for that,
That'd be kinda
along
cool.
with the 2020 omnibus.
Okay. Well, that might be good.
The 2019 omnibus is done,
Right.
so I can't add it to that, but I can do something about
There's
next.
lots of different things that we can do. We're never short of ideas ever.
Well, and the great thing is getting some success on Kickstarter
A
means that we
mystery
have
pack
something
would
to
be
push
fun,
forward.
Angela. That might be
Yes.
kind of cool.
Yep.
A mystery pack would be good. Something like that. I mean, a lot of the ideas we had this past year, again, they're just sitting in a box waiting for COVID to be done with its business so we can get back out to the cons
Right.
and have lots of fun with all of our good stuff. Oh my gosh, that thing got closer.
Well, I just realized you weren't really in the scope of the microphone, so I moved it a little.
That's all right.
Yeah. Well, people need to hear my baby.
Nah, you guys can hear me, okay, right? Nobody has complained.
Oh,
So
look
yeah,
at
I think
that.
a mystery pack would be fun. Like I said,
Well, in a way, we're making every pack we send out a little bit of a mystery because I guarantee you, whatever you get is going to be more than what you ordered. Let's just say that.
there you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
The only
Yeah,
people I
that's a
can't
good
do
one.
that with is the PDFs. The people who purchase the single
Just the
PDF.
PDF, right?
Although I could do something special if I send the omnibus with it as a PDF, but we'll see because I don't want to rip off the people who bought the
No,
omnibus.
absolutely not.
Right.
You can't do that. So anyway, what else we gonna talk about? What else we gonna talk about?
Well, what do you want to talk about?
Um,
By the way, boys and girls, Pepsi's not good for you, but it's better than, I don't know.
I'm drinking
Monster
Crystal
drinks.
Light, watermelon flavored. It's very good. So I hope you all had a wonderful 4th of July. Like I said, we had a really nice one.
We
Summer
did.
is rolling on. I cannot believe it's already July. I can't believe it's already July.
Well,
Holy crap.
what I can't believe is I was already supposed to have issue 3 out by now. Now you might go, how are you going to get your 4 issues out? I was going to do 6. I'm backing it down to 4 because I'm also doing the Last of the Reapers Halloween special.
Yeah, that's coming out.
But the 4 books will be sufficient to put together an omnibus. And maybe that's what it turns out to be. Maybe I'll be doing quarterlies.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely
yeah,
will
that
be
might
doing
be
more
good.
than 1 book a year, you know?
Oh, yeah, no doubt. You will probably have 3 done by August.
Oh, easy.
You know,
Last year I was done the 4 books in October.
And those were all self deadlines that you put on yourself. Like,
Yeah, because I was training. I said, if I can't do it in this amount of time, I don't belong making comics yet.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, critics will say, well, you shouldn't have done it at all. You hear that. If you're an artist out there, a comic book creator, and you hear somebody say you shouldn't be doing it because you're not good enough,
Right.
don't let that discourage you. Just keep doing it.
Right.
Because you will get better. You
Right.
will.
Mm-hmm.
I look at a lot of campaigns out there that do much better than we have so far.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm feeling pretty good. We
Well,
just
I
need to
mean-
get the exposure because I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying I think I can compete. And that's what we're going to do.
Well, the exciting part is we have 19 backers, and there'll be 19 people that have never read your stuff before that is going to actually have it in their hand.
18.
Or
18.
18.
Well, Gary has already read our stuff. Gary has, and he backed
Okay.
the book. Yeah. So
Did
18 people
did
haven't
you
read our
have to
stuff
make
before.
that point right there? No, you did not.
Well, I
Nobody
love
needed to-
mentioning Pyramid Night, so that was going to be my segue into mentioning it again.
Gary, what am I going to do with him? Now I forgot my train of thought. I don't even know what to say.
For those who don't know, Pyramid Nights is the only established franchise that we have crossed over with yet.
Mm-hmm.
Which means that very soon when we cross over to the shared universe characters that I'll be bringing in for cameos, I'll already be experiencing this because I've already had Judas in my book. Bless you, baby. Goes again.
Sorry, guys. Dry cough.
I hope
Allergies.
so. It's not COVID, right? I shouldn't even joke about
No,
that. People
it's
are really
not.
sensitive
I
about
know.
COVID. Yeah.
Why would you say that? Of course, it's
Because
not.
I'm not as sensitive about COVID.
I know you're not.
Yes.
No, I'm fine. I'm healthy. It's more allergies and stuff. I spent a lot of time outside today, and the windows are open. So
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful time in Massachusetts. It's about 68 degrees, maybe. No,
hey,
75.
Keith, how are you?
Keith Gleason.
Yes. Congrats on the Kickstarter. You're almost there.
Thank you,
Yes,
sir.
we are.
So Keith Gleason, for those who don't know, we're talking about the Mighty Mascots.
Yes.
Published by Alterna Comics.
Uh-huh.
If you haven't checked it out, you should. We have, I believe, the miniseries in our house here.
We do. Should
I better not go looking for it because we're in the middle of the show, but I
Yeah.
do have it.
We do have it. Yes, we do. I can go look if you would like.
No. So how are you doing?
Keith, welcome. We're gonna put.
I'm gonna put a screenshot up of your cover.
Yeah, it's an incredible series. Lots of fun.
See if he can talk. Did you get the Indiegogo? I think he was fully funded. I don't even have to ask that, do I?
No, I don't know.
I believe he was.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what you were going to ask.
I was going to ask him how his campaign went because he was doing one too.
Yeah. So, well, ask him. He's
So, how did your campaign go?
He's such a. Oh, you kill me.
I don't kill you.
Oh, you do. Did you get it?
Okay, so
what are you trying to do?
This is the Mighty Mascots.
Yep, that's Keith Gleason's Mighty Mascot.
Another creator from New England.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say Massachusetts, but I'm not sure if he's living there still.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, that was a bummer. But I was kind of.
I know, Keith. We were so ready for the cons this year. I had them like scheduled out every month. We had one. We had bought bunches of new things to do, and there's next year. We're shooting for next year because this year is a wash, and hopefully next year we'll be able to be part of the Plastic City when we were really pumped to be there. I had brought some of my clients last year. I actually went to Plastic City as somebody who was just enjoying it, and it was amazing.
I think I told Keith about my upset there. I was there for about 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, he was being a big baby.
And I was a big baby. I was like, I can't believe I'm not here. I can't stay here.
Right.
Because I really wanted to be part of the show.
Yeah.
Good evening, Sleaze Stack.
Hey, Lorenzo.
Hello.
Yeah.
So we're kind of celebrating. Right now we're looking at Mighty Mascots because Keith Gleason is here.
Yep.
The superstar creator of Mighty Mascots.
Right. And it's an amazing
Nice.
series. He also runs the Plastic City Comic-Con here in the Leominster-Fitchburg area where we live in Massachusetts. So it's an honor to have him stop into our Hero Shack Chronicles show and just say, hey. We have been talking about, so Lorenzo, I don't know if you heard, but we are 90% backed with our Kickstarter.
91.
Oh, that's
Knew
excellent.
he was going to do that.
Congratulations.
91%. So we're very excited. We have about 6 days left. We're hoping to reach the whole shebang, 503.
Look at that. Keith, you're at like $11,472.
Woohoo!
Awesome.
He's going through what, Indiegogo?
Yes. And we're going to try Indiegogo, but we also have we have to build an audience.
We need to take a breath. I'm just saying to my husband, we need to just breathe for a moment.
But I'm more than happy to promote books here. So
oh, absolutely, yeah. So
I believe this is still in demand. No, it's still being backed.
Yeah, still being backed.
So
it looks like 3 days left. He has 3 days left on.
So there's 3 days. So Keith, will you be in demand after your campaign is caught up or finished here?
In demand. What do you mean?
In demand on Indiegogo means after you've met your goal, you can continue to take orders. But I don't know if it's in demand in the future. But guys, if there's 3 days left and this looks something, even if you're even remotely interested, you'll be loving it once you get into it. He likes IGG better. And yes, it will be going into in demand. Let's just scroll down and check out some of the
very
artwork.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, look, he's got the box and everything. I think he had the box last year at one of the shows. I'm not positive. And it may not have been this particular box.
Right.
But basically he has created like a satire superhero book that features mascots from various foods. And it's just awesome.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Keith, I got to tell you, your little Hostess Twinkie pie thing here is way better than the ones I made, but I did the same thing. I love it. I get a feeling if we were neighbors, I'd like you. You know what I mean? Okay, let me. There we go.
He's such a silly.
I am a little silly. but I'm also very happy. So,
Mhm.
and look at this, guys. My hair has gotten longer over the last 2 weeks.
Mhm.
I don't play guitar anymore, so that's going to be a bummer. But I'll still have the hair.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Keith. I don't know if you know Angela. She goes to a lot of shows. She
Yeah.
promotes a lot of different entertainment venues,
Mhm.
and
He probably does know her.
yeah. If you don't know her, she probably knows who you are.
Yeah, I think she does. I think she said Angela, you have his books, right? I think she said that she had his books.
And I
so
know
that's
Gary
kinda cool.
Henderson is here somewhere, but he's usually on duty when we're online on Monday
Yeah, he's
nights.
been kind of quiet, but I still see him
And
here.
Gary's the creator of Pyramid Nights.
Nights.
Yes.
So you know Gary, obviously. Keith,
Yep.
he's been at your show before. So yeah, this is awesome. I'm so glad that you stopped by. I'm really happy for you that you're I was gonna say Kickstarter.
I'm
Indiegogo is
ecstatic.
doing so well for
Yes.
you. That's awesome. That's really
Well, you know,
awesome.
with the comic book industry being in such flux right now, especially with COVID, and
Mhm.
they're having issues with diamond distribution and stuff.
Mhm.
To see more than a handful of comics do well in crowdfunding
Mhm.
is encouraging.
Mhm.
It used to be like EVS, Mike S. Miller, and a few other handful of guys could make 5 or 6 figures.
Right.
Bro, you just hit 5 figures.
I
That is
know.
awesome.
That's really good. No, but he's been around for a while.
Who?
Keith. Mighty Mascots have been around for
I don't
a
know how
couple
long
of years,
Mighty
right?
Mascot.
Keith, how long has Mighty Mascots been around for? A few years, I would imagine.
Because we just met him last year.
I know.
And bought up the books he had then, and now it's expanded into a new series.
Mhm.
So it's like a wonderful testimony to how you do build a crowd and how it does
Absolutely.
get a following.
How it takes some time.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, that's the thing. You know, it's not an overnight. Most are not an overnight.
Well, if you don't have an
sensation.
established name and a reputation with one of the big two,
Mhm.
it makes it a little more difficult.
Right.
What you looking up?
I was just looking up his things. I could post it.
There she goes. She's going to post the link to the Indiegogo in a second here.
Since 2015. So yeah.
Yep, that's 5 years.
Okay. All right, everybody. I put the link to Keith's Indiegogo if you want to check him out, maybe sponsor him.
And I just put it in YouTube.
That would be wonderful. I think I did it correctly. Sometimes I'm a little shaky on the link things. I'm not as good as Chris, but I do try. My heart's in the right place.
Your heart's always, well, it's always in the right place. It's
Stop.
right there.
He's such a dork. Oh
I'm
my
going to be
God.
worried if it slips into your ankles or something. I'll look down at your ankles
Oh my
beating
God.
like, boom,
Oh
boom,
my
boom.
God.
That'll be bad.
You're bad.
Yeah.
Bad. You are bad.
So so really the only tier or the only reward we haven't hit yet is somebody getting drawn in the comic.
Right.
And I'm not too concerned about that because I put that in there basically because my coach said I needed something really expensive. I don't know why that is. I guess it's something to do with the way that people perceive the campaigns. Keith, I'm more than happy with anybody who wants to back us, but I'm very happy for my friend who is doing quite well on Indiegogo.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really cool.
Actually, I kind of get a joy when everybody's doing good.
Of course.
There's nothing worse than a campaign that tanks and
I know.
the pain of it. And that's really where I was worried we were going to be.
Yeah, I was too.
Well,
I'll be honest.
you got to have that dealt first time out.
Well,
when Neo jumped and he fell and went into the street. Do you remember that in the Matrix?
Yeah.
And they said everybody falls their first time. Yeah,
Mhm.
they did. And
and you know what? If we would have flopped our first time out, we would have, kind of sat back, reflected on what we should have done or what we needed to do. I would have. He wouldn't have.
I already had a plan. If we flopped, I was going to go down to one character and I was going to have to pick one of the Hero Shack cast and start building up from there. But we didn't. So I'm going to be granted this time to go ahead and continue. And I mean, if it stumbles, it doesn't mean I get out of comics. It means I find new characters, new stories.
But the good news is we didn't have to do that. Send him the link and he'll jump into the stream for a bit.
Okay.
All right, hold on, Keith. He's getting it for you.
I'm gonna share. Oh, he's in Facebook, isn't he?
Yeah.
So, because StreamYard is funny, it doesn't let me actually send messages to Facebook anymore. Did you see how the computer did that?
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
That's weird. There you go, Keith. That's the link.
There, it's back down again.
And
So we're using a new Macintosh, and it has this Mighty Mouse thing going on. And if you tap on it, it like enlarges. Oh,
That's
you can't see that,
great.
can you? They can't see it, but
No.
if I
they
tap on
can't,
it, it brings the whole
'cause they're
screen
not
up.
watching.
They
They can't see
They can't
us.
see that part, yeah.
Right.
And so you know what? I should also bring up our Kickstarter and share that link, just to put pressure on all my friends. No, because I have to learn how to sell stuff, don't I?
Yes, you do. It's always nice when you like can say, hey, we've got this awesome Hero Shack book going on, and we've got some really cool characters. Check us out. Let us know what you like. Let us know what you don't like, because we're open to that. We really want to hear that. Like if there's a character in one of our, then you just need to like, hey, hi.
Hey,
See you.
how you doing?
Good.
Good. We're
Long
doing
time
pretty
no
good.
see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really.
I
And
know, right?
Lorenzo's here with us. I don't know if you know Lorenzo Sleestack, but he's a huge
No.
fan.
Hi there.
Hey, Lorenzo. What did he do a comic or?
He's more of a fan. Lorenzo, you don't do anything actually making comics, do you?
I don't personally. I just host a YouTube show and
Yeah. That's
show
all right.
other people's shows occasionally.
He's an awesome guy to have around. He's very, very smart. We had, like last night in God Chat, we went into some really wild information, and he was right there with it all. But how are you, man? Your campaign is doing amazing.
Mind blowing. I mean, I'm humbled by it. I can't even believe it's at the level it's at. Like I thought I was gonna barely make the goal.
Well, initially I remember seeing it. It wasn't looking not bad, but it didn't look like you were going to hit 5 figures.
Yeah, we weren't like sprinting to the finish line, Like,
So how is that going to work? Is Alterna printing them on newsprint still, or?
Yes, but so because like it takes me a long time to produce an issue. That's why I did the Indiegogo, because I was paying for pages out of my own pocket.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I can only do like 2 pages every paycheck, So
Right.
if I do that, I can probably only put out 1 issue a year if I'm lucky.
Right.
So that's why I'm doing the Indiegogo, so that I can at least get 3 issues out a year,
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
As you grow, you're going to get to a point where it's going to be like, oh yeah, this is good. We got our monthlies down.
Yeah, right. Well, it's going to be ongoing now. I don't know if you saw that, but it's it's so what that means though is it's not going to be monthly. It'll just be any new issue I produce will contain the numbering.
Nice.
So it won't
That's
start-
cool.
It won't be like a separate series. So
Right.
it'll actually be better, I think, in the long run.
Yeah, that sounds really cool.
Well, I mean, and I have to give you my opinion on that. This year, I went back to number 1 for Hero Shack in Search of Heroes as opposed to Sandbox, and I regret it. I regret it. I really wish I had the numbers stacked now, because it's funny. The Kickstarters for issue 2.
You have 2 number 1s now?
Yeah. So like last year we did 4 issues. So we have 1 through 4 of the Sandbox. And this year we're on issue 2 of In Search of. Their bylines under Hero Shack. But I should have kept the numbering because it's just
because it's
weird.
confusing. So we have Hero Shack Sandbox 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we have Hero Shack Sandbox In Search of.
Hero Shack In Search of.
In
Sandbox
Search of. Yeah, that's right.
out.
Hero Shack In Search of 1, 2, 3, 4. So what you should have done Hero Shack Sandbox 1, 2, 3, 4. Hero Shack In Search of 5, 6, 7, 8. That's what he's talking about. And I'm like, we talked about that.
Right, but I did it because someone said, well, number 1s sell great. Well, maybe if you're Marvel and DC. But when
I don't know if you guys noticed this too. The weirdest thing is with these crowdfunders, I'm noticing the opposite trend where, if you have 1 successful campaign, then when you go back to do the second one, as long as you deliver all the perks, and everything, people are getting bigger numbers for the second issues.
Really?
Yeah, it's
true.
true.
It's like a reverse trend of
That's
what's
awesome.
going on in regular comics.
That's
it's really
wild.
weird.
That's
It's
encouraging.
really
That's
weird.
really good.
It really is. I mean,
I
'cause
hope it stays like that.
that's what it should be, honestly.
Right.
Like Diamond was like just kind of had a chokehold on everybody, and
Mhm.
that's why this comics can't grow. You know, it's just.
Right.
I just read an article about how they're still screwing people. I'm like, you
Oh
don't
yeah.
learn their
That's
lesson.
why Alterna walked away. Alterna was like,
Yeah.
you know, because he got they sent a memo, right, that they said to all the retailers and all the publishers that, you know, you'll get paid, but we're only going to pay you like 30% every month or something like that. And Alterna was like, no way. I'm just, you know, it's like Alterna is actually making more without Diamond.
Yeah.
I bet. I bet.
You know? It's just because they saw this coming like 2 years ago. And it was just like, you know, just it took COVID to show how fragile Diamond really was, you know.
Well, and I have to say, Peter is pretty visionary in my opinion.
He is. He had
a lot of chutzpah to go start printing on newsprint again.
Yeah,
and he made it work.
Yeah.
It worked though. I mean, he got the attention, and you know,
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's just a smart idea, you know.
Mhm.
He has a. I don't know if you guys know about this. He has a printing partnership program that on his website. You should look into it. Like you can actually get Hero Shack printed on newsprint if you wanted.
Ooh, I should talk to him about that because I've always wanted to go newsprint.
He has a whole set of rules on it on how to do it and like how the files need to be formatted. I don't know if you guys are good with Photoshop or Illustrator.
I'm actually
he's
blessed
really good
because I
with
was
all
15
that.
years in graphics before I went into computers. And then last year I just decided to start drawing again. So,
well, I mean, it'll. I mean, if you guys do it newsprint, the best thing about it is you could. I mean, how much do you sell your book for now?
Right now, I believe it's 15.
Yeah.
But you can bring it down dramatically when you.
Of course, you could cut that price in half.
Yeah.
How many pages is it? Is it? I forget.
Typically, they're 30 pages.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, you could probably sell that for $5 and probably only pay under $1 per copy. You know?
And that makes it more accessible. Although I have to tell you, the omnibus we did for 2019 was 170 pages somehow. So,
oh wow,
I don't know how that happened. I was like, I think they're 30 pages each. I guess.
Well, you guys have a lot more than I thought because I when I saw you at Holy Molly's, was it last year?
Yeah, I think we had
couple books, right?
Yeah. No, he's like.
Yeah, we only had like 2 issues, and I just kept grinding and grinding. So.
Oh wow, you've produced that many since then?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's great.
And I'm trying to do it all, so it's really cool. I use the iPad, so I'm learning how to do kind of like the colors, the lettering, and everything all at once, which has been good and bad. I've had to learn how to discipline myself, you know, to actually draw in pencils as opposed to just running with ink. And it's been an adventure, but
well, I find the style that works for you, you know?
Yep. And that's kind of developing under me. Like I thought I was going for John Byrne, and then sometimes I think I see Frank Miller, and then there's George Perez. So it's kind of like I'm going, wow, this is really, I'm seeing my heroes come out a little bit at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Those are good styles to ape, you know? What were you going to say?
So I looked up Alterna Comics right now, and I'm checking out the printing partnership program. We're definitely going to look into that.
Yeah, look into that.
Issues,
he also just started Alterna distribution too for like independent comics. So,
which could get us into the shops and stuff, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure how that all works.
Right. That's all right.
We'll work into it.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah.
I made a note and stuff, so that's cool. Because, like I said, this is only our second year.
Yeah,
we're still like kind of the new kids on the block. We're still trying to.
Yeah, it takes I mean, I've been behind the convention table since like 2005. So it takes a while. You just learn a lot every year.
But we're so thirsty for those conventions. We loved them the first year. And this year, we didn't even get to do one. Gary Sommer, he was going to run that one, and then
March, he's gone.
2 days before the convention, he's like, "I give up." They closed me down.
I'm like, damn.
Yeah, because we were going to risk it.
and you know, in retrospect, it was the right thing to do, obviously. But we were sitting here like literally everything is packed. We bought new stuff. I had a whole new table design. I was so excited. I'm like, oh, we can't.
Well, because this year's byline was in search of. She actually went and got one of those spinners and had little characters on each one in search of a hero.
That Angela told me to do.
Angela Bergeron gave us that idea.
She gave us that idea. Yeah. We put it together. But yeah, so I'm very much looking forward to next year, because I think by next year, I think we'll be almost back to where we were before the COVID.
Open, yeah.
Yeah, but you might do with the byline will be. Yeah.
It pained me to cancel Plastic City, but we waited till like the absolute last minute, you know, and it I just knew like there wasn't gonna be, like, even if they let us have it, they wouldn't, you know, they would probably limit the amount of people in the building. And after you count all the vendors, I mean, how many customers would that be? You know, it just wasn't going to be.
Vendors would have made it. A lot of them are backing out on their own, so you might have been with a half a hall and half the people.
Right.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is our show has such a good reputation that I only gave like 10 refunds. You know, everyone rolled over till next year.
That's awesome.
That's
awesome.
Those are hard to get.
I'm really happy about that. You know, so I didn't take a bath on that show.
I know. Oh my God.
But it sucks though, because I had Roy Thomas lined up, but I don't know how that's going to work next year, if I can afford him or not, you know.
I know it.
To come back, you know, because I lost money on all the advertising stuff. Which had the dates and all that crap on it, you know. So
I know it's crazy.
Let us know if it's going on, and we'll put you in. This sounds funny, but I'll put you in the book because I do free advertising for everybody I can.
Okay. Yeah, it's definitely happening. And you know, we planned for next year on July 17th.
Oh, yep.
Good.
Saturday. I think I rolled you guys over to next year.
Did, yeah, you did roll us over.
Yeah,
he doesn't know that, but I know. I did that with like everybody. Like I just said, yeah, just keep our money. We're set for next year. You know.
Yeah, definitely. That's
wise.
You guarantee that price too,
right?
And it doesn't go up,
Exactly.
And she is the manager. Like if ever you want to talk business with us, this is the lady to talk to, because I will tell you stuff and she'll go, no. I get in trouble all the time.
Yeah, he does.
Supposedly, there's a show happening up in New Hampshire in August called Little Big Giant.
Oh, yes, that they're still having that. Really,
they're still having that, as far as I know. I saw an email or a Facebook post the other day saying that the show is still happening. Well, so I'm guessing New Hampshire. What's that?
We'll have to check it out.
We tried to get in. But they had sold out when I tried to get in that. Gary goes to that show. That's one of the shows that.
Oh, Gary Henderson. Yeah,
Gary Henderson goes. Yeah, he attends that. He's the one who told us about it and said it's a great little show to get into. And I wasn't quick enough this year.
Now we didn't sign up for the Nashua show, Comic Bash, right? And
that one I think is happening too, right?
Yeah, I think it will be, but we didn't. We went to that one 2 times and we didn't do that
really
great.
Do that great with it.
But we are hoping that the Manchester one. I don't know if that's been canceled or not. That was my favorite convention last year. I don't know if you've ever done the one in Manchester. Oh my God, the hotel is beautiful. The layout was sweet.
Is that the Granite State one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I like that show.
Yeah. And we sold best at that show. It seemed like people were there going,
cool.
Here, take my money. I want to support indies. And I'm like,
we
really
did that. Which was fun. You know, it's like, I guess, is like newcomers trying to sell your book, and people were like, oh, I've never heard of them. But we had such a good turnout, and people actually stayed and talked with us and got our story, and were, you know, talking to Chris about what he does. So it was so much fun.
And that Holy Moly show, I think we sold 4 books and 2 of them were to Holy Moly.
Yeah.
And I was ecstatic. I was like, whoa, we sold 4 books.
Yeah, I know. Like, and I think we sold at least a handful that day too. Oh. And you never know, like those small like shows, you know, I always go to whatever I can, and you know what I mean. So it kind of sucks that this year I didn't get to do any shows, you know.
Well,
but I am supposed to be at the Little Giant one, so if that does happen, I'll be at one show at least this year.
Yeah.
We'll go up there to visit if it's going on, I'm sure.
Yeah. If you,
Go.
definitely. I'll be in my hazmat suit. So
You'll be in your hazmat? Oh, that's so funny.
I want to say the Holy Moly's, I think, is open again, but they moved to Amherst.
oh, really?
So-
They're not in that location anymore?
No, I
Oh,
think
okay.
it was a try for them there. Yeah, in Amherst, they had a store there previously that had done pretty well, so they went back there. But I like Amherst. It's a nice town.
Yeah. I
Oh,
saw the wife, the girl is it the wife that runs the
Yeah.
shop there.
Yeah.
I
Well,
forget
she's the
name,
one you'll
but
see most. Yeah, Tony
see, Gary's there.
does how can I put it? Tony does a punk rock band.
Oh,
And
that's right. And he's not there half the time or whatever.
Yeah,
we've
yeah.
met him. And he's
At
a
a
great
couple
guy.
conventions. What's that?
We've met him, and he's a great guy. But he's a comic book guy. But I think he
Yeah.
has a lot tied into the music.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
she basically, her and her son were the primary contacts
Right.
we had, but she's fantastic. I mean, she's a great.
Yeah, she's nice. I saw after we did that show at their shop, I saw her at a couple conventions after
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
You know, it was nice to it's always good to know retailers, and it's always a help.
Exactly.
Honey, what's?
Well, people on my phone went crazy for a minute.
Well, maybe it's good.
It's okay. No. So I was checking. Holy Moly actually moved to Northampton, not Amherst.
Okay, we need to correct
So-
that.
Oh, okay, they're even further away.
Yeah, they did. They moved further away. I just don't think it was cutting it where they were at, which is too bad because it was a nice little, like for us, it was like literally right around the corner.
Yeah.
And it was scenic. It was very
Yeah, it was
pretty.
beautiful. It was
Yeah.
really nice.
Yeah,
And
it just doesn't seem like a good area for a
Yeah.
store that needs to have constant foot traffic,
well, it was kind of like out like where the campers go, and I don't know how many
Yeah.
campers are comic book people, nerds and whatnot. So
Like if the winter time, no one went through there,
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah. Why would they? Yeah.
going up
Yeah.
Route 2, Mohawk Trail, no, thank you. I'm gonna stay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it looks like Granite State at this point is still happening, and I know we're signed up for that. That's in September.
Is that the one that you
Oh.
got us a hotel room for?
Yes,
Because we dumped hotel rooms this year. We weren't going to do it. We were going to drive to the shows, but I
except for
insisted Manchester because that hotel is fly.
Yeah,
That
we like
hotel
that.
is the bomb.
Well, they probably a lot of those places now have their protocols in place, so you're probably fine.
I think so. I'm
Well,
just
just honest, and I
Just wear
know,
the masks and you'll be good.
well,
Especially
I
at
know a lot
a
of people have
convention.
suffered with COVID, but I don't know. I think I already had it. Like
Oh,
back in
really?
January.
yeah.
They thought I had an upper respiratory thing. They couldn't
A lot
identify
of
it.
people had.
And then when we figured out that I was kind of sick, I went on a 2-week quarantine by the doctor's orders. But
Okay.
because I didn't know anybody from China and I hadn't traveled out of the country, they didn't test me.
Right.
So I suppose they could test me for the antibodies, but
And even where I work, there were quite a few of my colleagues that had gotten really sick, and it wasn't the flu, and they kept saying upper respiratory. This was December, January, and it was just before
Oh, wow.
the country decided to share that information with us. Hey, by the way,
Yeah.
so we all.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it was here a lot longer than they said.
I think so. I think even November there was that. It was all like this cold, but it wasn't coming back the flu. So we have our own opinions down here in our neck of the woods saying that we probably all had it. And like I said, it's one of those things that you get it and it could be deadly. You get it and it's like a cold and you feel crappy. And then there's that in between. So
there's the unknown. Is it going to cause permanent damage? And I pray it doesn't, but
Yeah,
we're
I
not
gotta be careful because I have the asthma really bad, so that
You
could
really, yeah.
big time.
It's
I'm
supposedly,
still gonna risk going a little giant, I think.
Lorenzo, what do you
supposedly, what I don't get is asymptomatic patients can supposedly
Right.
have permanent lung damage. I would think that would be a symptom, but I can't figure out some of these articles I'm reading. That's just
Mhm.
really confusing.
Yeah,
Because it seems
Yeah,
kind
it
of
seems to be a lot of
contradictory some of the
misinformation out
information I'm getting.
There is way too much information. I can't even go there. I just because you read one thing Then you read something else and it says something different. Then you got Joe Schmo over there saying something else. I'm like,
well, honestly, I think all these masks, most of them are useless, but I will wear the mask to make them feel better, to make anybody around me feel better.
Right.
I don't care. But I think like there's a lot of misinformation about that. I've worn an N95. It does choke me to death. I wear the cloth mask, and I'm like, it doesn't.
My wife, she made me like one that looks like a bandit, you know, like just like a bandana over my, because I was having that same problem where the air gets trapped and it chokes you out. But because I have the bandit one, it leaves the bottom open so the air goes out. So I like that one.
But think about that. The point of us wearing a mask is supposed to be sealing off the air going out, right?
No.
From what I heard is it's supposed to be the particles. It catches the particles.
Yes, that's what they're now saying.
You know?
But way back when,
Yeah, that's what the masks are for.
it had to be around your face. It had to be like this. And people were passing out. They couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
Now you're
like Tom Hardy in Dark Knight.
Just look like a face shield. You're right, like a bandana. We all could look like the Wild West, you know.
Yeah, right.
I look like Winter Soldier when I get all masked up.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, right. We're
hair. He's got the hair.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's like going on.
That's
He comes in, I'm the retired Winter Soldier. And he's bearing his belly.
my gut belly.
I will say this: I'll definitely wear one at the convention just because I think the con crud is worse than COVID,
is.
You know.
We'll fit right into the cons, anyways. I mean, a lot of you know, we can do that.
You're right.
Cosplay with a mask. Yeah.
I'll cosplay as the Rawhide Kid or Kid Colt or something, you know, Two-Gun Kid.
Maybe we can throw our logos on masks and sell those too. I mean,
people are doing that. People are doing that.
I was just thinking that. I'm like, okay, I gotta do some masks with
Throw it up as a tier on
Well, the next crowd, the next campaign, I'm not sure what we'll do. This time I was very blessed to have the omnibus ready. And I don't really want to offer that every campaign, so I've got to come up with something different, you know.
Right.
I'll tell you my different. Like I've done 2 Kickstarters, and this is my first Indiegogo. I think Indiegogo has a lot better advantages than Kickstarter. To tell you the truth. A couple things I think it doesn't seem to be as crowded as Kickstarter. It seems to be like you get lost a little bit with Kickstarter because
there's so many
looking for comics. I mean, there's tons and tons of listings, you know.
Yeah.
There's a couple other little things I really like about Indiegogo. The fee, I guess, is a little smaller than Kickstarter. You know, the fee that they take whenever, you know.
Yep.
That's good to know.
And the other thing I really like is whenever somebody backs you on Indiegogo, they use PayPal, and the person, whenever they check out, they get charged right then and there for the amount.
Ooh.
Whereas Kickstarter, you won't charge a credit card till the end of the campaign. Right. What I found happens when you, at least when you make your goal, Kickstarter has a hard time getting in contact with a few people, and you lose those sales.
Right.
You know, where Indiegogo, it's processed right then and there.
Wow.
Oh, I like that.
I like that idea too. Because I was thinking about that. I'm like, okay, so all these people have signed up for whatever tier they bought, and we're coming to an end. So, you know, Kickstarter is going to go and like now get their money and put it into our account. What is the process? Like, how difficult?
Yeah, like what is that money going to actually be there when they go to process it?
Right, exactly.
You know, so that's one thing I like about Indiegogo.
That's a really good point.
And then the in-demand thing, I think, is awesome.
That I do love. The in-demand looks awesome because once your project is done, they can
So as long as you hit your goal, you can leave it open.
Really?
Until you're ready to send out perks and everything.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I could leave it open for like 3 months if I want, you know, and just let people back it, and you know.
Those are some. Really
well, I mean, look at what Ethan Van Sciver's done. I mean, he's been able to generate millions off of 2 books. It's like,
yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, it is.
I can't even. Listen, the money that we're making is going to help with printing and sending out. It is not going in our pocket. You know what I'm saying? It's like not like I'm making money off of it. You know,
right. I mean, well, it's good to like help. Like same here. As soon as I finish paying off all the shipping and I gotta build all the perks too and all that.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever's left over, I'm just gonna pay for convention tables or start funding the next issue. You know,
exactly. It's gonna go right back into the business.
Right back in. Yeah, I don't want to like. As soon as you pocket it, then it's like where you have to start building that money somewhere else, you know?
Right. It's not like
but you, my friend, you're on your way to being quite lucrative, which is wonderful for you, man. I'm so happy.
Thanks, man.
I mean, this is what like
all it is time and persistence, you know?
Yeah.
You know, like because like
quality writing, good characters.
I was gonna say you gotta get something. You gotta have a good product. No,
you got a gimmick here that works great.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I say gimmick respectfully. That's how I look at it, kind of like a wrestling show. When I was in wrestling, everybody had a gimmick. My gimmick is kind of this one-eyed dude. You have like these cool mascots, man.
Did you see my little Cyclopean doll? He's got
I like that.
Right. So listen, I'm making a big one. Somebody bought one of our tiers. I'm making a large size doll, like 12 inches big, of this guy. I'm very excited about
that. Like, I can't see it too good because the screen's small. Is it like more like is it knitted?
It's a stuffy. It's like sewed and it's stuffed.
Cool. Yeah. Pull it out. Oh, I like that. That's cool.
He's a prototype, so he's still a little.
We got the Hero Shack logo. You can't see this. So he's a prototype. We have I went kind of crazy and said, let's do something fun. The wife needs to do something. I can't draw, but I can sew. So
but now the problem becomes like, how do you mass produce those, right?
Well, I looked into that. It's very expensive. And honestly, the reason I haven't sold them at the show is because I worry about if somebody bought this cute little guy and gave it to a little child. I've sewed it on my machine. I don't have any liability insurance. None of that legal mumbo stuff. What happens if it comes apart and then they try to come after us?
You know what you should do is use it to help sell the book. Like
yes, exactly.
Set up like a little book stand and then try to bolt him on top of it and hold a sign or something. You know?
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Something like that would be fun, you know. Something to draw people in and like.
Yeah, exactly. So the one that I'm making for our backer, I'm actually going to put I forget the real. It's a clause, like you know what I mean, like not intended for children under a certain age, like research and talk
a disclaimer. You mean.
A disclaimer. That's what I was trying to couldn't get the word out.
But I have to correct her here because she doesn't realize it. We picked up another doll sale today. I have 8 in the rewards up to 8.
Awesome.
So it's 2 now. Yeah.
You're gonna put her to work.
Yeah, I know.
That's what you selling them for. How much you selling them for on the campaign?
It's in the $64 package.
Oh, that's good.
And what happened was my coach, I keep calling him my coach, Preston Poulter, who you may or may not know.
I've heard the name.
Pocket Jack Comics. He does Guinevere and White Lily. But he was kind of telling me how to set up my tiers because I'm like, I don't know, like $6 for a PDF and $15 for the book. And he's like, no, you need to think about this. And so
what I've been always told is you want like a sweet spot, like
right.
Well, I ended up being the $37 package, which shocked everybody because we were like, huh? But that's where most of the funding has come from, the $37 one.
Right.
But we've done well with the PDFs today.
Mm-hmm.
I think they may have surpassed his number of backers, which I love because the PDFs are going to pay for the free postage that I offered.
Yeah, PDFs are great because it's like, it's practically doesn't cost you anything,
Right.
It's just an email,
It's like it's all new to us. It's all exciting. It's all fun. And I have,
You have a little bit of work.
I got a little
the hard work.
Yeah. You guys are in we call it being in the trenches, the early,
really good way to put it.
I really enjoy it.
And remember, I know nothing about comics. I don't read comics. I don't know. He's got to tell me. He's like, all right, who's this guy? Where's he from? It's like, who's this character?
A couple of weeks ago, I knew she didn't know anything about the book that I'm writing. So I asked her, I said, well, who's the girl on the cover? I'm like, I named her after my mother. Oh yeah, MJ. No, Shadow of the Dragon. Okay, yeah. She had
And it's not that like I have a very deep appreciation for comic book artists and writers. I love
But you understand the effort goes into
and I do
making
because
it, you know.
him. I mean, he's doing like all aspects of it. I'm trying to do like the managing of it, but I don't know comics, so I'm trying to manage the product. I really don't know. So it's
but
trenches is a good word.
You probably feel the same way I do. It's not work when you get into it. It like becomes once you're into it, like it can be a drag to get into that mode, but once you're in the mode, it's like going on a roller coaster. It feels
it's
like
in your blood, like you know, it's like the need to do it. You know, it's not like
nonstop.
Well, I love those days. Like Saturdays is my favorite. Get up about 9, start drawing, and go all the way to Sunday morning sometime. You know, and it's like,
oh no kidding, wow.
Yeah, and you look up and you're like, holy cow, the whole day is.
I'm like, do you want
gone.
dinner today? Do you want? How about lunch? I'm going to the store. I'll be back.
Yeah, right.
So look what I'm doing.
Right.
Awesome. Yeah. Or I'm studying because I'm back in school because I'm.
Oh, you are? Okay.
I should go back and get my bachelor's. I should get my bachelor's in psychology just because.
Because her husband's crazy. She wants to help him.
I'm like, oh my God.
Pick up a minor in marketing, right?
I'm actually thinking about that. But all of my associates, right? Because I have an associate of science and occupational therapy, transferred into, I had to do a health and science field to get the most of my credits so that it would only take me a year to get my bachelor's. So that's why I went with the Bachelor of Psychology. He's in the background going, you know, it would have made more sense if you had gone to marketing, but yeah, I would have been starting from scratch because I don't know anything. So once I finish this psychology stuff, which will be by next year, then I will start looking more into the marketing and all of that.
Well, she's going to have to, because by then I'm going to hire her and she'll just have to quit everything else.
Yeah, there you go.
Or he's going to fire me. He tells me that all the time. I'm just going to fire you. You're fired. I'm like, oh, God, here we go.
You don't know what that character's called? You're out of here.
Yeah.
Right.
You are. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Wait, let me go back to the book and look. I'm going to read it.
Yeah, right. You guys are doing the right thing, though. You go into conventions. You're doing this.
Yeah,
I mean, that's huge.
Every night or every Monday night since last year.
Yeah.
And the audience has swelled up to, sometimes we get 15 active views or whatever.
Yeah.
But by the end of the week, it gets like 200 views. Now, I know Facebook has a weird way of counting, so I think most of those views are just 5 minutes in and 5 minutes out. But it doesn't matter. It's there. And what I found is people who get interested will go back and check out stuff. And they have a whole year of history. They can go back and go, wow, they really have been doing it. And look, he really is getting a little better. And oh boy, this is,
Right. Well,
that's my. Does this go to a YouTube channel after or no?
It goes right now because we're using Streamline. It streams to Facebook and YouTube.
Oh, so gotcha.
When I type a message in StreamYard, unfortunately, it only goes to YouTube. It's supposed to go to both of you. So we have both computers running.
So I'm kind of like doing the chat.
I started a YouTube channel too, and I've been using StreamYard for when we do live streams. I should have you guys on sometime.
Yeah,
absolutely, we'd love it.
Yeah, because the show, I'm just trying to just talk to indie creators and that kind of thing. With do you know Johnny C at all? Have you ever met Johnny C?
Johnny C. What is he?
If I have, I don't really know.
Johnny Caputo. He's he does a book called Surrounded by Death and Sartana.
I think I have. Yeah. Okay.
He's at Northeast a lot, or used to be.
Yes. That's why we know.
That's why he sounds familiar. She's like looking.
Yeah, with him every other Wednesday, and then we bring in like an indie comics guest, and we talk to them for about an hour or so.
Awesome.
And then highlight their philosophies and highlight links to their stuff and things like that. So yeah, I'll get you guys on the schedule. I'm already booked out all the way to like September, I think.
That's
fine. Right. That'll be great, man. Awesome. Yeah.
And we do it on Wednesdays at 9. Is that too late for you guys? Or is that?
No, sir.
No.
Okay, great. Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, I'll get you guys on the schedule. We'll have you on the show.
Thank you so much, Keith. I appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. I'm doing the same thing. Still trying to build an audience,
Yeah.
Well, I
mean,
have to
on
admit,
YouTube
I'm
and
cheating a little
everything,
bit.
What's that?
My YouTube channel has something like 2,200 subs, I think.
Okay.
Those all came from when I was doing my Christian ministry videos years ago. So they're really about 1,800 dead subs.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. So yeah.
I have a little bit of. I like having
Do you go in and edit the videos and add tags and all that stuff?
I haven't done a lot of that, but I should be because I know
Yeah,
that.
you should, because it like whatever you talked about, throw in there, and
That's a great idea.
people
Hey,
find the
I
stuff.
just want to let you know, Gary Henderson says, "I want in."
He can't see without his glasses. Glasses again. His glasses are over there. Oh my God.
Yeah, I'll get you guys. I'll tell Gary. I'll get you on the schedule as well.
Sweet.
We'll have you.
There you go. Now you can see again.
Yes, I can.
Wow.
So I don't know if you know this, but I've kind of latched myself to Gary for the last year and a half. We actually have a crossover where I got to use one of his characters in the 4th issue of Sandbox.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And
It was awesome.
I absolutely love the guy. So put him
I like
on.
Gary a lot.
He's really good.
What's that?
I said, put him on before us because he's really good. He deserves it. He's actually doing something similar to you. He's got new talent that he's hired. I want to say out of Venezuela, but I'm not sure.
He's bringing in a new artist, huh?
He brought in a new artist and a new colorist, not for Pyramid Knights the series, but for another book that he's doing involving the Pyramid Knights universe.
Right.
And
Cool.
I wish I could remember. I'm sure he'll tell me in a second because I'm forgetting the name of it. But it deals with the Pyramid Knights universe before the big war. And I'm screwing it up totally, but I'm trying to represent him as best as I can. I don't have the book yet because it's not done.
He's so funny.
Yeah. Sometimes when I push other people, I should know more about it.
Have him jump in here. Why doesn't he get in here?
My guess is he's in his patrol car.
He's probably.
Yeah.
We get him on because we've been telling him he's got.
Unfortunately, we picked Monday nights from the beginning, and he's
He
usually
works
on
Monday.
patrol on Monday nights. So it's like, here it is, the last Pie War. Oh, the last Pyramid Knights War.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
But yeah, it's looking fantastic.
Pyramid
In fact,
War.
if you go to his Facebook sometime,
The Last Pyramid War.
thank you. You can see all the new
Yeah.
artwork and stuff. And his artwork is getting great too. He's still using Savvy Lynn for breakdowns and whatnot.
yeah.
This new stuff has, I don't want to say the word Disney, but it has an animated quality to it that really
Cool.
it kicks butt. It's like, wow, Gary, I'm impressed.
That's awesome. Cool.
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out. I'm not on Facebook as much anymore. I'm more on Twitter nowadays, even though Twitter's like a trash heap. But
Oh my God, Twitter is toxic. I get on there and I feel terrible after I get on there because it's like,
yeah, you feel like a horrible person after.
Yeah. Same thing. I'm not on Twitter. I don't like to deal with
Yeah,
that.
I
all the
can't.
riot stuff. Have you watched the videos?
What is this? The
Riot videos and stuff?
Oh, I've seen some of them. Yeah,
Oh
it's
my God, I get so depressed. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the hell is wrong with the world right now?
It's been like, yeah, 2020's been like, just a one mess after another.
I keep waiting for the alien contact. That's the only thing we haven't had. We need,
Yeah, right. It's the next thing coming.
we can make diplomatic connections and they can give us a virus we can't defend. And it'll be
Yeah,
great.
right. It'll be like Independence Day, right?
Yeah, maybe COVID will take care of them and it'll be like, all right, here we go.
Yeah.
Hey, Lorenzo,
awesome.
I kind of feel bad because we've kind of not included you much.
Oh, I'm doing fine.
Okay, I just want to
Keith
check.
and I follow each other on Twitter, and so it's cool to see him on here.
Actually,
finally
what's
get a
cool
chance to be
is
in the studio.
stat.
I guess, other than Twitter, Twitter's kind of odd, kind of hard to keep track of people on there.
Yeah, it is.
Twitter is. It's like I don't know why, but like I ended up building an audience there, and but and some people are great. Like some people really, I get touched by a lot of compliments I get by some people. Like they really love the book, and like people in other countries, that contact me on there.
Yep.
And that I really love. But like everything else, like throw it right in the dumpster, you know?
So much
Yeah, it's
drama,
confusing. People are trying to solve the world's problems with a character limit. I mean,
Yeah, I
they're
know.
trying to type stuff in with that
Trial
limit.
by Twitter stuff is awful too, like the cancel culture stuff going on.
Yeah, and the thing is that I'll write something and then I can't even
edit it.
can't even include it all, so I have to break into another paragraph and another tweet and another, and then people won't necessarily see the other parts. They'll just respond to the first part and start arguing over it. It's like, well, I said this in the second tweet.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that happens.
It's confusing.
I find that people will do like the one of three at the end, but then you have to dedicate that extra space, to saying that this is part one of a 3-part tweet,
Doesn't it feel longer, even though it's just going to be 600 characters? When you see that one of three, you're like, oh God.
I'm not reading this.
Yeah. It's difficult to read that way. It's
right.
Especially to be, I think it was for like maybe kind of like a news ticker or something. Something happened, some sort of event, and people were supposed to put some summary, but that's not how people ended up using it.
No, and you know what? I've adopted
almost like a rapid fire Facebook status updates, but it's
have you adopted letter words yet? Like, I love using the letter U for you, 4 for the number sometimes. It's like anything to cut down that damn character count,
Yeah, right.
And then you look like you're stupid, because it's like they're trying to transcribe what you wrote, and it makes sense to you, but it might not to them. And heaven forbid your phone does a spell check error on it.
I'll tell you, if I didn't have a comic book, I wouldn't be on any of this stuff. I would just screw it,
I never would have gotten on Twitter, except at the conventions. There were enough people going, you should all, certainly publicize on Twitter. It has been a good thing, but it's also got me a lot of drama, a lot of upset, because really emotionally, I don't handle a lot of stuff well.
Okay.
And did you see God forgive me for mentioning this, but the 2 pedestrians that got hit the other night on the highway?
No.
I heard about that. I don't think I watched.
What I do with Twitter is I follow a lot of people. People who follow me, I'll follow them back.
Yeah.
But what I do instead of looking through all their stuff is I have a custom list, and on that, that's all I look at. And I just put good things on my custom list, like comic news and
that's
people I like to see their updates on,
right.
And other creators, things like that. And then I kind of focus out the noise,
I'm going to have to start doing that.
That's a great idea, Keith.
Well, that noise
Maybe
kills my productivity. Yeah, I'm going to, because
just go through your whole list and find out who you really like to read their stuff. And then I'd say don't unfollow them, but just clear it so that you don't see their stuff anymore. That's what I do. Yeah,
because it gets too dramatic. It gets,
right.
Because I want to be everybody's superhero. So I always pick the wrong side or the right side, and you never know which side.
But then he gets caught up in the whole drama of it, and it takes away from the drawing and all of the stuff.
Oh, I could lose 4 hours on
and then
Twitter
he gets really
that.
upset, and he gets anxious, and I'm like, oh, here we go. So listen.
Yeah, no.
Can I leave? Is this terrible if I ask to leave?
Oh, you know
show?
what? Yeah, actually,
I listen. I have homework to do. I'm not even kidding you. I have this huge exam I have to take.
And
it's
actually,
all online.
We've run actually a half hour over our normal time, so we should probably close it down.
Yeah, I should get going too, guys. I only wanted to jump in for a few minutes. Actually.
No, and honestly, I have to work in the morning, so if I'm going to draw it all tonight,
I feel terrible. If I feel terrible, like everybody's like, okay, yeah, I should go to. Like, no. I just.
No, but you're right. You're reminding me that I should be getting off. I feel bad.
We have like a solid beginning and end point, for the show. I think. Yeah. Try to keep like a tight. That's what I do on mine. We try to go 45 minutes to an hour, but sometimes we go over that. But I'm always trying to keep an eye on it, So
well, tonight we had a super guest star, so it got extended.
Awesome,
yeah, that should be.
That would be good.
So Lorenzo, I guess I'll catch you really soon. I'm gonna get on Twitter while I draw. I don't know if you want to stream later or.
Here we go. So I'm leaving, Keith. It was awesome to see you, Lorenzo.
Yeah, nice to see you again, Diana.
To talk with
Nice
you.
to see you.
And
I totally missed what Chris said.
What's that?
I missed what you said, bro.
What did you say, Chris? You had said something about.
Well, I'm gonna take like a 5-minute break and then get on my iPad and start sketching. But if you're streaming tonight, I'll join your stream.
Oh yeah, I can go and do another stream for a little while.
Yeah, I just don't want to keep this one going because I don't know.
It probably won't be a long stream, but I can just switch over.
Yeah, we can do that.
Lorenzo Sleestack channel.
All right. So I'll catch you like 5 minutes.
Going.
I'm just gonna go like get a drink and stretch.
Sounds good.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, same here. All right. Well, good seeing you again, Chris.
Yeah, let's
take care.
Nice to meet you, Lorenzo.
Yeah, nice to meet
out
you.
There, yep. And anybody out there watching, we'll see you next week. God bless and have a good night.
God bless.
It's gonna drop out now. Boom.